What's good, family? I'm recording this today, Wednesday, I think May 6th, something like that, 5th or 6th, whatever the fuck the date is. But I just figured I'd come and talk real quick about, uh, I guess that brother named Tim Scott, uh, politician, looked like a horse. You might have seen him. He's one of them black conservatives. Apparently, he says that he thinks that the United States is not a racist country. And Kamala Harris had to double down and agree with him. And there was one other asshole that coming out saying that the United States is not a racist country. And you know what the interesting part about it is, they say that on the heels of just signing an executive order that by their definition, proves that the United States is a racist country because they were talking about this non-existent attack on Asian Americans, this epidemic of violent attacks on Asian Americans. So they signed a specific presidential order uh, just for them, just for that race of people, I guess, Asians. So if the United States is not a racist country, why do you feel the need to sign that kind of legislation? Especially when President Biden and his vice president have both already let black people know that we don't have anything coming down the line specifically for us. Why do you sign an executive order for Asians, right, to protect Asians, and then turn right around and say the United States is not a racist country? Well, I'm going to tell you something. They can't answer that shit because it's bullshit. All politics is bullshit. Like Fred Hampton said, politics is just war without bloodshed. And war is politics with bloodshed. So I take everything these motherfuckers say with a grain of salt. But you can't just say dumb shit and expect people to swallow it hook, line, and sinker like America is not a racist country. All you got to do is, just scratch the surface a little bit in America's history and you'll find that this motherfucker is totally racist. If it wasn't for racism, the United States wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for fucking racism, the United States wouldn't exist. And I mean real racism, not bigotry and prejudice. That's not racism. Racism is a system of power and control. And ain't but one group of people got all that power and control. People can say what the fuck they want, but the power and the control in and of this country rests in the hands of the white people. Hence the term white supremacy. And people can say what they want. White people ain't supreme over me. White people, individually speaking, no, they're not supreme over you. But as a collective, and the way this country is set up and run, they are. Like I said, scratch the surface just a little bit, and you can plainly see that this motherfucker racist to the hilt. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, but just for the sake of argument, I don't know why he would even get up in front of national TV and say such a fucking stupid thing. But I really do know why he said that. I know why. I know why them white folks had this nigga say it instead of getting up saying it themselves. You see, that's why. And if you go back and check my old videos, you'll see that I was fully prepared for another 4 years of Donald Trump. You know, at first, I did think that black people was going to go to sleep if Joe Biden got elected. Black people was going to think it was all of a sudden Barack Obama 2.0. But no, man, it ain't. It's Donald Trump 2.0. It's Donald Trump 2.0. Don't think about the things that Joe Biden, overturned that Donald Trump did. Think about the shit that he did not overturn. Like he didn't open Cuba back up. He didn't shut down motherfucking Guantanamo Bay. He's still deporting niggas. Y'all know about his motherfucking history, his 1994 crime bill, plus all the racist shit he used to say back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Y'all know Donald Trump record. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all know Joe Biden record, and it's worse than Donald Trump, I dare say. At least as bad. And we all know how Kamala get down. We all know how Kamala get down. You think you think I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people? No. But you could do something that only benefits Asian people, right? You could do something that only benefits undocumented immigrants, right? Like the first thing you said you was gonna do if you got elected president was work on DACA. I heard that myself. Deferred action on childhood arrivals. That's Hispanics mostly. The hypocrisy is what gets me. That these motherfuckers come on TV and display is just incredible. And the Republicans ain't no fucking better. Politics as a whole has got this country so fucked up and backward, it ain't even fucking funny. I don't even see how people can still check for politics after what we went through with Donald Trump. He laid bare the whole fucking system. And people still thinking that voting makes a difference. You know what makes a difference? And motherfuckers ain't gonna want to hear this. But to me, you know what makes a difference? When you start hitting motherfuckers in their pockets and you start tearing their shit up. Then they stand up and focus and pay attention. Because that's the only thing the powers that be understand. That's why they're so scared of it. That's why they want everybody to be nonviolent. Because that's the only thing that really brings about change. I want to hear somebody tell me different. Because Black Lives Matter that was just white people co-opting a movement. Black Lives Matter has been totally and completely co-opted and neutralized. You know what I'm saying? They neutralize that shit from the jump. And it's easy to fucking co-opt and neutralize a movement. Easy. It's easy as pie. All you gotta do is buy off the fucking leaders or get your leaders to come out there. I heard some interesting fact on one of the founders of Black Lives Matter. And if I'm not mistaken, I think her stepdaddy is Jewish. One of them got a Jewish stepdaddy, raised by a Jew. And who made that big contribution to Black Lives Matter way back when? George Soros, one of the richest motherfucking Jews out there. That's who funded Black Lives Matter way in the beginning, who co-opted it. All you got to do is buy them all. And usually it don't take much. And what did Eddie Murphy said? Black people are easily brainwashed? Well, I think he said Americans are easily brainwashed, but black people in this country are easily brainwashed. You know. And the way to brainwash people is just keep repeating the lie over and over again until it becomes true. Black Lives Matter is your friend. Black Lives Matter is fighting for you. Black Lives Matter is the movement to follow. Black Lives Matter this and that. They ain't nothing but a co-opted bunch of motherfuckers who working for white people. You know, the real black grassroots movements, other motherfuckers shut them down. The real grassroots black movements that pop up, infighting usually kills them. You know, uh, Tariq Nasheed don't like Michi X. Michi X don't like Tariq Nasheed. Professor Black Truth is ragging on Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. This one don't like that one don't like this one. It's just a big ass clusterfuck, and I'm not sure it ain't by design. And when somebody try to talk sense to one of these motherfuckers, all you get is roasted and cussed out. Especially if you say something to Tariq, because he just know he got it all figured out, and his wife is Jewish. So I done said Jewish, what, 3 or 4 times in this video. So I don't know if that many times saying that caused the video to get flagged. If it do, if it does, I really don't care. I'm just trying to get my opinion out there. But it's no coincidence that all of this shit is being controlled directly or indirectly by Jewish people. And you gotta stop letting that shit happen. Directly or indirectly, it's all being controlled by Jewish people. And if you say anything, especially if you're a public figure or you got any type of following, they shut your ass down. So America is a racist country. America is a racist country. America is a goddamn big ass colony run by Israel. And ain't nothing gonna change for black people until we turn inward and divorce these motherfuckers. What you mean by divorce them? Okay, here's what's gonna have to happen. We're gonna have to strip ourselves to the fucking bare minimum and get by on our own goddamn efforts. And by that I mean, tell your young sons and daughters to quit performing for these motherfuckers. Stop signing your kids up to play in their fucking football leagues and with hopes and aspirations of being one of the slaves in the professional sports system. And if you're already in the professional sports system, you got to refuse to play. If you give a fuck at all about your people, start refusing to play. Form your own leagues. Start small and build that shit up. And steadfastly hold on to your principles, like the Jewish people do, like the Asian people do. And as I said so many times before, if you get in a dispute with one another, solve it yourself. Even if you have to form goddamn committees and hire arbitrators from your own ethnic group, solve the problems yourself. It's usually about money anyway. Stop calling the fucking police. If you got some kind of emotional shit going on, like somebody having a mental breakdown or something, don't call the police. Especially if you black, don't call the police, because especially if there's a black man involved, like your uncle, your brother, your husband, your daddy or something. Because all the police are gonna do when they get there is kill somebody and make the shit worse. Because America is indeed a racist country. It's one of the most racist countries on the earth right now. And you know what else it's doing? It's having this effect around the world where police forces think that they could just kill black people, at a whim. I was checking out some worldwide news the other day, and black people getting gunned down all over the world now by police departments. Why? Because it's okay in the U.S. do it. Nothing happens to the police in the U.S. And I told y'all before, that Derek Chauvin guy, that was a one-off. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to leave. 1,000 people a year get shot or killed by the cops. About 1,000. 2 out of 3 of them is black. 2 out of 3. That's, 600 black people a year. 600 black people a year get killed by the cops. How many do you hear about? 2, 3, 4, 10. 600 black people a year they're executing. What that cop say a few years ago? What y'all want us to do? Go out and start executing blacks? He said the quiet part out loud, because that is really what they want. And when you call the cops for every little fucking thing, you get involved with the police for every little fucking thing, and I know the police start a bunch of shit, but we can avoid them as much as we can. And we can solve our problems as much as we can. But when you call the police for every little fucking thing, it's inevitable that they're going to get there with this fucked up ass attitude. Shoot first, ask questions later, sort the bodies out at the morgue. No. For Tim Scott and Kamala Harris, and I forget who that third prominent individual was that said that shit, that came out and co-signed that shit. For them to say that shit is really like a nail in the fucking coffin for black Americans. You know, because they refuse to even acknowledge our pain. So I say, fuck them, man. We got to cut them off. And stop singing and dancing and running and jumping and shitting and farting for these motherfucking crackers. Because at the end of the day, all we do have is sports and entertainment. And we lose in entertainment. Anyway, that's it for now, y'all. Next time you see that horse-faced motherfucker, flip him the bird for me if you see him on TV or something. TC, and I'm out.